Salvatore...
Because the people are most important here, and without them, how would the town work? If we cannot trust your guards, how would we trust anything? So please, in name of justice.
Salvatore speaks up, his rage still kept, just barely in check. Versilia studies him, says, "Now, while I am not the one on trial here, I will deign, outsider, to offer you an answer. The bandit problem which has been plaguing us has repeatedly run all resources ragged. Any attempts to properly staff and outfit the volunteers have met with disaster on repeated occasion. The bandits themselves are stealing equipment from the town. Understandable those curs would be doing that. Tried the best, but that is why such funds are needed, to attempt to properly staff them. Besides, not everyone wants to risk his neck dealing with this problem."
Of course. I do not expect you to tell me how you spent every last penny. As I said, I am an outsider. And while I have a family like many of the people here, they would not trust me alone. But of course, I'm sure you could answer that more detail if the other senators wish to hear about it to themselves privately. Though one thing I must say is, Gryph, can I have a bit of because just double checking because my notes are not the most clear when we did that last bit. But I think I was tired before. When we searched through the information in the archive,
yeah,
wasn't he taking large amounts of money out before the bandits were recorded?
Yeah, it's been happening for a few years. Over the summer, 4,000 gold pieces have vanished from the town treasury over the years.
So, Salvatore, if you may, how long have the bandits been invading this town?
Bandits have been a problem for as long as civilization has existed, outsider.
I specify these bandits, the ones in particular that have caused the mess here, which has been ruining the town of recent. Not the previous groups. I apologize for not putting my question in the correct words.
Salvatore, wrinkles his brow and says, "Not sure how that's of any particular relevance, but the Ravinger has been known in some fashion or another for quite some time, but the bandit strangulation did not get to be so severe until the past 4 or 5 months or so. Get to your point, outsider."
4 or 5 months? If the strangulation was not this bad, and you would not need all the resources to hunt them, why have you taken over 4,000 gold in the last 4 years? That much increase and no improvement with less bandits in comparison to now. I just question, once again, where has that funding been going?
Cameron props up. "What evidence do you have, Leon, of any information of the sort which would accuse properly Salvatore of embezzling such town funds?"
We have the records.
"You have the..." Cameron lifts a brow.
We have a copy of the records. Would you like to have a look at them?
Cameron, leans over, the lifted area. "Yes, bring those here."
We'll point out the relevant sections.
Cameron, will actually, look down and says, he'll, slip on his glasses, "Can I actually hold those?"
Yes, he can hand them to them.
Cameron will, take them, frown, look at Salvatore, look back at the numbers, frown again, look back at Salvatore. I was just, "Yes, those could clearly be..." And look, the copies from the town records, they clearly proves that they've broken into this building. So clearly, they have other resources besides just themselves. They're burglars, all of them.
If I may...
You have said enough with your manless accusations.
This is not a defense against. This is not a defense of that. Even if you claim that I have broken in, and if you wish to have me arrested, go do. But I still request. It is true. It is real evidence. It is from the archive, and therefore it's still valid evidence. Even in the end, if you wish to punish me after this, I will accept such punishment in the name of justice for the people.
Miriani actually looks over and says, I Let him borrow a key. You did what? Yes. And look what it's found. Look at you. And now, like, the senators, like, start, like, quietly sniping at each other. Like, whispered hushed tones.
Leon is giving a amused smile at Salvatore.
Ursilia looks away, like, leans over and says, "Is there anything else, Leon?"
Anything else I wish to bring up personally? For now, I will leave the senators to their wisdom to decide over what facts have been given. Thank you.
Ursilia looks over at the other 3 player characters. Do you have anything to add, or were you just standing there for support?
Tempus, got anything?
Tempus is still pulling a blank at this moment in time.
You don't want to try inspiration?
Do we really need inspiration? I think you guys have sort of decimated the court with evidence at the moment.
There are no more words necessary, I think. I'm confident that the Senate will make the right decision. As Thomas will head towards his bench.
Tempus will smile at Ursula and say, "My colleagues have said enough, I believe." And he'll bow and then walk.
You there? Okay.
What does Bree look like throughout all of this?
Do you have anything, Asthma Man?
Yes, I do. I would just wish to add that we didn't break into the records. We gained entrance with.
Here we go. One of the senators mentioned they gave a key.
Yeah, but she whispered it to the camera, so he just wants to let all the people know that they gained entrance with her permission.
All right. That's well received. As for how Bree looks, Bree is taking this all in with a sort of confused look about her. She has house guards sitting on either end. And so she's fairly well protected, all things considered, and she's looking between the senators, between the people who are speaking, over at the other bench where all the player characters are hanging out.
Alright.
That's all.
Sorry.
And
right, guys. Sorry. No, before we continue on, but you can do your thing.
No, say what you should say first.
I'm considering using a pretty hardcore resource here. For something unrelated to the trial, really. I'm thinking of breaking that little glass thing we got.
In the middle of the trial?
Just to see
with like the
if
400 like
up
peasants.
Bree.
Just to see her reaction.
Just to see if she reacts.
Oh, go for it.
I don't think... Will it be like a big flash? I don't think so. Will it?
You have no idea what this thing will look like when it breaks.
Do it.
My blind
all you know is that you're going to be scattering glass, and it will definitely shatter across a stone floor, and there's 400 people in this building. This place is crammed full of people.
Maybe
crush
we
it
should
in your
do
hands.
that. Maybe we should do that after the trial, just as Bree is leaving or something.
Well, we should
Sure.
see Ursula.
He will hand it over to Tempus. So, he thinks that Tempus is probably better at smashing that thing than he is.
Just break it in
He
your hand.
will probably also whisper to Thomas that they intend to do this at a sort of secret place or at a discreet moment, and he should try to watch out for her reaction.
All right. I like the plan.
Right.
Also, not a single bandit had been caught in the last 4 months or something, right?
Basically, yes. There has been some bandits which have been caught, named as bandits. Yes. Whether they're actually bandits though, but no, Salvatore's been giving reports about people getting caught.
Well, then Fargus will not add anything else.
Okay. In that case, you can remain standing there within that square, and so can you, Dark. The senators turn over to themselves. Then Isaac loudly says, "All right, I've had enough of ledgers and conspiracies and outsiders, none of which really matters to any of the situation at all. Now, Salvatore, you've had decades of experience with service and I'll just ask this directly so everyone can know the truth. Are you actually guilty of doing any of the things described therein? And then there's a pause, and then there's a crack at the end of the voice, and says, absolutely not. And Isaac's brows furrow. Huh. That's not exactly the response I was... And then Salvatore waves a hand dismissively and says, enough of this! And with a curt wave gesture of his hand, loud cries and screams begin breaking out all throughout the town hall. Some of the guards actually begin pulling out their weapons. Other guards actually charge out of this room next and actually begin charging the senatorial steps. Peasants are thrown into a complete panic of, like, blood and tear as they all, like, start screaming for the doors, and I'll actually go ahead and remove everyone who isn't important for the combat situation that's about to transpire.
Non-combatants.
Oh, Fargus is mad at this.
Let me go ahead and we'll actually remove these folks as well. Those two guards what matters, and we'll leave the named folks on the board, and they'll actually reveal some folks who will actually be standing up and pulling out their weapons in the action.
Oh, that.
Throwing off their cloaks and standing up. And Salvatore conjuring from the stone floor as bandits, mixture of bandits and guards charge like the raised area. Two massive horse-like undead creatures rising with a flourish of magic.
Oh, that's the necromancer.
Apparently. Maybe.
Okay. That'll be the situation. Some descriptions before you folks roll for initiative. For starters, yes, you missed so much, sheep. Someone go ahead and describe to sheep what the fuck just transpired.
What
Salvatore
the fuck,
said,
guys?
enough of this, stood up, summoned two undead horses, and all the guards draw their weapons, and apparently, like, bandits appeared out of the crowd as peasants fled everywhere, and we're now going to slaughter Salvatore and his lackeys.
This was Salvatore.
Apparently,
It's worth noting, like, these senators aren't personally in the fight. They're dealing with each other and with the bandits that are actually charging the stairs. Yes, there's a mixture of, like, bandits and guards who are at the staircase. Salvatore can't personally fight you. Ursilia Melkor's up there. He can't fucking spare a damn thing for you.
I can tell you, I know
I
which one
want
of
to
them.
kill him, though.
I can tell you, I know which one of them is going to come out of the fight alive.
What I'm curious on is what Lord Enitor is doing.
How about you folks save the strength? Lord Enitor is actually fighting bandits and guards himself, because there's a lot of commotion outside, too. This is spreading all through.
Dirk is helping.
I'm glad someone noticed Dirk. First off, without convincing reason, you cannot automatically flee from this battle. This hall is crammed with frantic people, blood spurting everywhere. People are getting trampled right now in a mad dash as they run around in this terrified confusion.
Oh no, Fargus is not leaving until he's
Doesn't sound like I should do a
asshole
lightning
dead.
bolt then.
So, tying into that, any attack roll, which results in a natural 1 through 5, must be followed by a normal save. If that save is failed, the attack hits one of the peasants.
Alright, I know what I'm not doing.
Wait, so what condition was that? Is it just any attack?
Any attack, any natural attack roll, that's 1 through 5. There's not a whole lot of room to maneuver here, even if you're in melee combat.
Oh, good thing I've got Daredevil.
Daredevil?
No one will
Fuck
see
my
who
life.
killed that peasant.
So yes, I've effectively removed anyone else. Obviously Thomas won't be participating in this. Lord Editor is going to be busy. These folks are going to be busy. What?
You said Thomas won't be participating in this.
Yes, this Thomas.
Oh, that one. Right.
There are more than one
Like a
Thomas
common
in this
name.
town.
Carmilla is sort of chained, but Bjorny will, like, rush up long enough to, like, smash her fucking chains, so I'll just go ahead and remove those two from, the battlefield as well. This is what you folks are going to be facing for your, combat. The 2 veteran watchmen, 2 zombie beasts, Kiriel Blackleaf and Arethel, and 2 little absolutely adorable gnomes. Now you may roll for initiative.
Right.
So yes, no fleeing from this one unless you can find a convincing reason to explain to me how you can escape from this building.
Oh, I'm not going anywhere.
Well, you might not, but once you're dead, the other player characters can consider fleeing.
Nah.
You all know it'll be me left standing. Make the decision like, I will kill your zombie horse if you don't let me go. I don't think that's gonna work.
No. But no, the senators are most certainly busy. Bandits have charged out of, like, big guard mix have charged out from either of these doors. They're rushing, like, the raised platform area. And Ursilia Melkor is actually showing some genuine anger back there, it looks like.
I'm sorry, I haven't done it yet. I was just adjusting my macro for it.
That's fine.
Sorry, I forgot to roll as well.
No worries. No worries.
It's fine, the enemies aren't here yet.
And
Gene.
I'll
There we
go
go.
ahead and I'll go ahead and make initiative rolls for them. I'll only make 1 initiative roll each for the various groups of 2. So there's them. Your veteran watchmen are going there. Our bandit enchanters are going there. Kiriel and Arethel rolls. I think that's a 2 for her.
She hit the peasant.
Should I and Kirill reroll, or
Hmm.
we got the same result?
Let's see. We can just go ahead and have a roll. You don't have to re-roll. It's just like a 1d20 plus your initiative modifier to determine who goes first between you 2.
Alright.
I guess I should do that with
Damn it.
bandit enchanters too then.
Sure, you can do that. This is for Kiriel. Kiriel will go before Fargus.
Right.
And then-
Guess the
Just
same
my
result.
initiative again, or?
yeah, just your initiative again, basically.
Alright, sure.
And this is for the bandit enchanters. Okay, you will go before the bandit enchanters.
I'm going to quickly
Assholes
go
all
and
have
put
so much initiative.
Also, Arethel was the one who turns invisible, wasn't
Yes,
she?
she's the rogue.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, they want to do like 1,000,000 damage, so
Yeah.
That's that rogue got burst damage.
Wait.
I don't know how to see invisible people.
I may be able to do a spell actually that can do that. I'm gonna.
Verify?
Let's see.
Doesn't that do something like that?
Alright, anyway, Kiriel's turn is first. He starts wading through the peasants, calling out, "I will have my revenge!" He'll get to this point as a move action, and as a standard action, he actually pulls out a flurry of daggers, which get thrown at both Leon and Fargus. This is against Leon.
Good start.
You do have a shield spell, I think you do, Dark?
No.
Oh.
Then you take those 20 points of damage.
Ow.
And that is against Fargus.
Yeah, that's definitely a hit.
It's also worth noting, and in case you... This is a double strength battle. So,
Blow up resources here, please.
sorry, this was built to be double the party's strength. And in exchange, you will be having fewer encounters as a result. By the building battle rules, this is 2 encounters rolled up into 1. The book talks about this a little bit for the GM. Fargus.
First of all, these zombies here, they only take like extra damage from holy damage, right?
Yes, they're vulnerable to holy damage.
You're more likely to crit them.
Yes.
Yeah.
But you could hurt them with anything.
Yeah, I'm just thinking what elemental I should summon. Alternatively, I could summon a fire elemental and send him towards the Kirill guy, so he can hold him up. Because it has the most AP and does the most damage.
You know, sure. Go for it.
Yeah. So Fargus, in the middle of the town hall, will summon a fire elemental.
All right. Do it then.
This will...
I thought you told me
I
no
think so.
fire!
Okay. Saying that's your standard action. Did you want to do anything with a move or quick?
Yes, I would. I'm going to move right here.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna cast Earth Strength.
Okay.
First targeting Leon, and then a random person.
Alright. 1d3 then.
On me.
Yes. So 1 being Dwohurim, 2 being Tempus, and 3 being Thumbs.
Come on, 3.
Looks
One.
like Dwohurim wins again.
Nature.
We must burn and break nature.
And
I wield endless death.
and I believe your fire elemental gets to act immediately, so why don't you go
Yes.
ahead and take its turn?
Yeah, I'm just gonna check so that... let's see. Oh yeah, that's a staggered thing. So the small fire elemental will move up to here
Okay.
and engage Kirill and
Alright.
use Whipping Flames on him.
Okay. That will manage to hit Kiriel.
Sweet.
4 ongoing fire damage to a random nearby... Oh, enemy, alright.
Yep.
Not creature.
Let's see
All
here.
the people that burn.
Random nearby enemy to it would include that guard
Oh yeah, it would.
and Arethel. So why don't you go ahead and
And these
give me...
two.
Yeah, there we go. You're gonna have to give me a 1d5 basically, and just go ahead and
Uh,
number off who each of the 3 people are.
1,
Yeah,
2,
so
3, 4.
1 and 2 is the 2 zombie horse beast things out there.
Those
don't
aren't
hit.
nearby. The fire
Nearby to
elemental.
him.
Nearby to him, not you.
Yeah, but...
They're not nearby. they're
Oh
far.
yeah, those down there. Okay, so 1 is the veteran watchman, 2 is the Kirill, 3 is the bandit shot 1,
Got it, Gryph.
4 is Ephriel, and 5 is bandit shot 2.
Okay.
G5. Come on.
Yeah.
We can do this.
1!
Okay, veteran watchman.
You suddenly set on fire.
Ghosty guard's best stuff.
It's like spontaneous, but a spontaneous fire.
All right. The veteran watchmen are the ones who go next. This is fucking concerning as shit.
He's on fire.
This watchman will move to.
I wanted to intercept them.
Oh,
You can,
I mean-
right?
I mean,
You're starting
technically-
his-
Yeah, like technically you can, sure.
No, mine.
All right. Veteran watchman attempts to hit you with his club.
Ooh.
That is a odd roll, so 10 points of damage. And this veteran watchman is gonna. Well, he can't quite reach Fargus, and that fucking fire animal seems to be the one who's responsible. So move action to take him to here, and it's kind of like, I never fucking fought a fire. They just like fucking swing at it. Why? Like, take that.
that's a natural odd, right?
That's a natural odd, yes.
Right, then this happens.
1d8. Uh-oh.
That is not the way you attack a fire elemental.
These are dark times. Oh,
Again.
dark times. So that fire elemental does take the 10 points of damage, I do believe.
Yeah, it does. It only has resist fire.
Okay.
Unless
And,
it's a fire club.
it is not a
Dark
fire
times,
club.
you say. Let me light you
Yeah,
up.
it's on fire. You never
No.
know.
I'll go ahead and deal his 4 ongoing damage to him. We'll go ahead and have him roll a save. He fails.
Alright.
Leon, it's your turn.
So do I just? So do you want me to deal with the zombies first, or that
I'm
guy?
so jealous of your positioning right now.
You chose to sit down.
I know.
Kirill is probably, or like, the rogue is probably the biggest threat, but Kirill is certainly the second biggest threat. So if you have like a huge damage spell, now's the time.
Most of mine are AoE, which is the problem because I get multiple attack rolls, meaning multiple chance to kill civilians.
Well-
No need to be too worried about that.
So I will say my first action, Grimith,
What's
will
up?
be quick action. I'm using an oil on my weapon.
Okay.
Secondly, I guess, well, good.
All right. So move action to locate yourself there, and I'll go ahead and move this like that.
Also, my Earth Strength was a level 1 spell, so just to keep track of that.
Alright.
So that is. So now I'm going to make a. I know it's unbelievable. A basic melee attack.
Alright.
Which there's a reason for. So I need to work out all the bonuses, which I think is that versus AC.
Levy check, yeah, 27 hits his armor class.
27 hits his armor class. You sure? You sure?
I think so, yeah.
That is 20 points of damage.
Oof.
As the new extra large spell sword digs down into his back.
That's enough to stagger Kiriel.
Oh, good. I have no actions left to donate to charity.
Okay. Tempus, you're up.
Alright. First things first is my quick action. I'm going to activate my rune on my weapon.
Okay.
And I can't remember what the...
You get a rune effect, which I can roll for you.
Yes, please.
Alright.
Okay. This is the
attack
first round
now.
of combat. This is great.
Yeah?
Okay.
What do you know? It's the first round of combat.
Best time to activate it.
Yeah, 1d20. Alright, I'm going to go... Ooh, thank
Remember,
you.
you also get the 1 bonus to attack and damage.
Yeah, so I'm going to go through... No, sorry, not that one. Bleeding Strike.
This guy's probably fucked. You
Yeah.
can see it. Oh
so one
shit, he
defense
has magic. I'm doomed.
Plus 3, plus 1, plus 4 for the plus 4 attack on the first attack.
Okay. 28 against his armor class. That hits him.
Okay, yay! Roll 3d8 plus 5.
Did you add the extra 1 for having
Yes,
the
you get
magic now?
you get plus 1 damage added to that as
20
well.
damage then.
All right, 20.
And
Points
because
of
that's a
damage.
natural even,
Oh god.
roll 1d4, he takes 4 damage per turn. Ongoing.
You rolled the 1.
You rolled a
Yeah,
1,
just-
Oh, times your level.
Times
Oh,
my
yes.
level.
But
so it'd
that's
be
3.
3 then.
Oh, oops.
3 bleeding damage too.
All
And
right.
potentially a lot of bleeding.
We go ahead and add a. We'll suppose I'll add a magenta effect.
We need more border colors.
I like it, jazz hands.
He has magenta blood, kill him.
Like the rest.
Zombie monster.
Okay. Dwohurim, you're up.
Oh, but he has the power of nature.
Yes.
There's nothing that can stop him from annihilating his enemies now. With this force, like these little wisps circling around him again. You know, he remembers
Yeah,
last time,
by-
and
by
now
the
he will
pow-
make
by the
these fools
power,
suffer.
By the power, accidentally.
So I think we'll be doing
left by force.
an empowered force salvo.
Okay.
And I think we'll make this dear lady the primary target of it,
Okay.
which is relevant, as I can keep throwing them at her until she gets hit by one.
Okay.
All right. So I mean, I hit 5 people, I believe.
Well,
Wait, actually,
it's
let me just see here.
1 plus your intelligence modifier.
Then I would hit 6 people. Yes.
Well, then
Which
yes,
would be
all the 6
that-
within. These.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's all of those guys. I don't.
There's an arc.
That Watchman there can.
All right.
I mean, it's basically like he walks up, like then opens like the coat, whips out the wand, and just sort of swings it in a wild motion as this sort of wave of force, almost like a waterfall, shooting up into the sky, and then just like targeting them and focusing on them, and we'll see how much actually does anything.
Okay.
All right, so let's start with attack roll against her, and
Okay.
this is against physical defense.
All right.
And I get 5 plus my level, which is 8 plus my 1, which is 9 plus 4, which is bonus of 13.
Okay. Got it. That is not enough to hit her physical defense, and as a matter of fact, that's a 2.
Yes. Can you do something, Thomas? That'd be great. So
That's the
don't
right
take an
target.
eye
I
like a
know there's
peasant.
too many.
Don't force salvo the crowd, is what you're telling him.
Yeah.
Think of the
I mean,
people.
it looks almost like he doesn't really think about that a whole lot, but sure.
That
That's
is
not very good either.
not enough to hit, and I want you to roll just a normal save for me.
That's a 1d20 then.
Mm-hmm. Okay, you succeed. You managed to like hit the ceiling and just in the second of time and not hit like a fucking peasant.
Sure.
Roll
We'll
6
direct
on them.
another one against this lady, though.
Okay. That is enough.
That's all like it.
That is enough to hit her physical defense. How many points of damage is that? Is it 45?
It is the usual +5.
Right, so 45? Or is this like... Yeah, it would be 45, wouldn't it? It's 40-10, which is
have it
40.
here. Yes, 45.
Okay, she is staggered, most certainly.
All right. And that little enchanter next to her will get the next one. 'Cause
Okay.
I don't like
It's in that direction.
spellcasters.
24 is enough to hit, and 45 damage is enough to kill him.
So that was then three of
that
my
was your
force
third,
points.
yes.
I think we might want to get rid of Curiel as well.
Okay.
Or the second enchanter. I mean,
He
you
I can't
can't reach.
Oh, yeah.
He's very far
Too
away.
far away.
Yeah,
so
so-
Curiel or the two zombie beasts? What do you think?